Hello again, my fishies. It's Kat from the Fire Tuna Club here with another finished project. Yep, it's another doll repaint. No one's surprised by now. However, I'm gonna skip telling you about all the prep work. It is gonna play right here in the video, so if you want to see what I'm doing, I will add some text saying what's going on. As with just about every video I've done, there are changes involved in how this one is going to be played. You all know, if you've been around here long enough, that I am excessive with accessories, and usually cannot cover all of them and how they're made in the videos. So, I finally have figured out a way of implementing covering as much as possible without forcing you to watch a 2.5 hour long video of me making things. So, leave a comment below if you like how this one works out, if I break this up properly, or if I could do things a little bit better, alright? So, on to the actual repaint. The next step for doll prepping is entirely optional. However, I am not for Mattel and Karen. You can't make me have a doll with molded on censorship panties. I have a Dremel and I know how to use it. Once you have all that elbow grease worked in and you've gone from a coarse grit to a fine grit, your doll should look a little bit like this. Probably better, because I could have done better, but then you'll want to seal your body because of body blushing, right? Yeah. Let's go to the face-up. So, like I said, reroot. You'll want to start your reroot by painting the scalp the color of your hair if you have multiple colors. Map out those multiple colors on your scalp. I had only white, so I painted her white. Then I went about using some unraveled yarn and rerooting it in as it was, because that's exactly how I wanted it. Off camera, I filled the head with glue to secure the hair in place. Once the glue was dried, I also partially straightened the hair for a specific look I wanted. And then it was time to wrap it up and prep for a face-up. I started out with a couple of sprays of Testor's Dullcote to get the head prepped before I started marking out where things were going to be on her face. I didn't have a clear idea of exactly what I was going to do with her at the start, other than give her kind of tribal markings. I had no idea what kind of eye color she had, so there's a lot of back and forth. If this isn't proof that I had no idea what I was doing, nothing will be. This is even how she ended up looking when I was done with her. I did acetone off a lot of work and come back and try again, so yeah. Don't be afraid to go, this is way not working, I need to try again. So, now that you're done fighting with the camera, giving up recording at all just to get the face-up done, you'll want to go ahead and gloss your eyes. I did use Liquitex gloss varnish for this. Anything I use to make this custom is listed down below in the description box, even if I don't mention it. While the face-up's drying, it's time to work on the tail. Get your half-off Christmas supplies from Hobby Lobby in 2019. I followed Muzekito's yarn weft tutorial and used Dollmotion's tail tutorials to go ahead and make Octavia a tail. Now, unlike Dollmotion, I don't have a linel cutter to put a hole in Octavia's backside, so I used my Dremel bits, which was a mistake. I should have used my hand drill. As you can see here, I went way off center. Future me, listen up. You should probably make a pilot hole either with an X-Acto knife or a hand drill, just so your drill bit doesn't go all over the place. Past me is full of regret. And cinnamon swirl muffins. Apparently, past me thought it was relevant to record snack time. I attached the tail to the body with a glue substitution of E6000. While that is drying, I'm going to rummage through my broken bits and bobs containers and try to find some more stuff for Octavia. As I've kind of already said, I had a general idea of her and I was flying by the seat of my pants for the rest of it. It's easy to make a choker for your own custom doll. I used faux leather scraps for my bullet journal cover, old costume jewelry, seed beads, paint, and thread to make mine. Cut a strip as wide as you want, give yourself a little extra for mistakes. We all make them. Sew on the jewelry jewel charm of your choice in the center, and measure against your doll to find where the seed bead end of your strips will be. On the closure side, careful to cut a hole into your strip, big enough for the seed bead to come through, but small enough that it will hold it on. Cut off the extras, and then you're done. I could tell you exactly how I made the jacket, however, there is a follow-along video for a free, you heard me right, free Monster High doll pattern. Go ahead and check out that video over there, as well as check out the description box below for links on how to get that free pattern, as well as the other resource links for stuff that I just kind of breeze over in this video, like Mozekito's weft making tutorial and Dollmotion's tail tutorials. And this hot mess right here has its own tutorial video as well, which was released a while back on how to make a witch broom for your dolls. Check it out in the description box. I'm feeling so much like a broken record, but I hope this is working out for you guys. On to the best part of this outfit that I was personally really in love with. You're gonna need a couple of things. You may have to hit up your Hobby Lobby. If you're like me, that's all you got. Otherwise, hit up your craft store of choice and do your best to find the listed objects before you get started. Now, while you are going to work with a 5-inch circle to make your witch hat, you want to give yourself extra. So when you cut your doll packaging, you'll want to cut it into maybe a square or a bigger circle. You don't want to go exactly 5 inches because you need to do a lot to it before you're actually ready to cut it out. I've used a compass to draw my template on paper to show the outer line where my ring is going to rest, the inner line, which is based off your doll, so that is up to you. So keep that in mind and make your template based off of the doll you're working on. However, 5-inch outer circle for sure. You'll want to tape down your packaging to your piece of paper so it doesn't move on you. I would recommend painter's tape or paper tape so that you don't have residue while you're working later on your packaging. At this point, I sanded my packaging plastic following the outer ring of my template. I did this so the glue had something to hang onto, and then I went ahead and sanded my steel ring for the same reason. I used E6000, use whatever glue you need to for the materials you're working with, and then set it aside to cure. Once your glue has dried, you should mark your inner circle cutting line before moving your hat brim from the template. Save the template, you'll need it for later, and then you want to cut around your brim, careful not to pull things apart. Then make a starting cut in your center circle before cutting along the line. Packaging is prone to being sharp and stabby if you cut it with scissors, so I would recommend an X-Acto knife. And regardless of which option you choose, you will have to sand it later. Once you've sanded everything smooth, go ahead and get your template again, and if you want to design on the template, it will help you from making mistakes on the brim. I went with the lunar theme for Octavia. Do whatever you'd like. I did use nail polish. Just to let you know, nail polish does crack, so if you use it, remove the hat carefully, unlike I did. Guess Octavia's getting a new hat soon. If you end up trying other materials for your hat, please head down to the comment section below. Tell me about it, let me know how it worked out for you. Remember, Octavia's getting a new hat. I'm gonna need some help. Or if you'd prefer it, tag me on Instagram so I could see what you do. Using a spacer disc I found in a media disc pack, I used my template one last time to cut it to size. And then I made myself a witch hat pattern for the next part and glued a witch hat without the brim onto my plastic brim. If you want to make your own witch hat pattern, check out this amazing tutorial to draft a pattern in any size by Dahlia Creates. And just as I mentioned, don't use the brim part of the pattern. Link is in the description if you want to do that. You'll want to put everything together, play with the hat a little bit, spin it around a couple of times, and then you want to put it down and get back to work because we're not done yet. We still have some accessories to paint, so let's get to it. Using my Model Color and Army Painter paints, I do my best to channel the shoemaster himself, Kiro's workshop. I get straight to painting to try to turn these Monster High standard shoes into something more befitting of the fantasy realm of IFO. Then it's down to all the finishing touches like painting the nails, styling the hair, and putting it all together. In case you missed my last discourse with Kat, I was actually doing Octavia as part of a Halloween collab. That is why you see dolls that do not belong to me up on the screen right now. Yeah, that was for October 2019, before all this COVID nonsense. If you want to see the time it took, the time I started, the time I ended, check out the description box, just so you see that while this video is only 10 minutes long, I guess, at this point, the doll took much longer to make. Video editing makes it look like magic. You know where this goes from here. I really want to say thank you for watching. I appreciate all your views. If you like what you saw and you want to see more, give the video a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and ring that little bell button so YouTube lets you know about every new video. Or you can just go ahead and leave a comment about your thoughts, what projects you're working on. I will catch you guys when I finish the next project.